Plugins like this are awesome. They're great. They're a ton of fun, but they cause an issue. Friends, it's Everything Mayer, and guess what? John has broken the internet again. John Mayer, Archetype, from Neural DSP, the plugin that is the talk of the town. Even if you're not a musician, I think it's worth having this discussion because, you know what? It's awesome. It's amazing. It's really cool. And quite frankly, he's kind of pulled the curtain back on everything. And while obviously, it's a business venture too, I think it's kind of generous because it's like we get perfect captures, perfect recreations of these amps that are unobtainable. I mean, literally unobtainable. I mean, the ones, the one of one, basically, in a lot of these amplifiers and pedals that he has. And now you have what is essentially a digital recreation, not just a recreation, but a capture, because Neural DSP has this technology that basically, can capture a physical amplifier and put it into a box, essentially, your computer, a plugin, a pedal that they have, And now you have access to these amps that otherwise you would normally not ever have access to. John Kaneshiro, I'm going to link his site below. He's been doing this for years, and make sure you support him. He's got some great captures and presets of all the Mayer stuff, but also beyond that. So here's the thing, though. Plugins like this are awesome. They're great. They're a ton of fun, but they cause an issue. And I think this issue is not just singular to John Mayer. It's not just singular to this plugin. It's an issue that's necessary, but it's one that we all have to get over. And that is sort of the obsession over certain musicians and their gear. Because while it's necessary, because all of us have somebody or something that got us into this, and we obsessed over it. For me, it was Michael Jackson, and then it was Dave Matthews Band, and then it was John Mayer. And while all those things have influenced me, some of them I never grew past. So when I pick up an electric guitar, just by nature, I'm just... It's all John Mayer. It's all like, if I did that, somebody's like, oh, cool, you like John Mayer, huh? And while that's fun and interesting, there's already a John Mayer, So this plugin, I think the problem with it is this. It's going to worsen that. Because now it's right at your fingertips. It's relatively affordable. There's a free trial. You have access to every single thing that John Mayer is just well known for using. And like I said, things that are unobtainable for the majority of us. So that's cool. But you have to move beyond that. And I've found this even in myself. I was like, hey, you think that you're a Strat guy. You think you're a Silver Sky person, Silver Sky guy, shout out Silver Sky guy. You think you should only play in Defender style amps. Like, a Les Paul into a Marshall is not my thing. In fact, I'm here to tell you, it is. Like, I love it. It's great. I've been playing a Les Paul into a Marshall for some Premier guitar work I'm doing. And while in my mind, that's not me, actually it kind of might be me. I've been fighting an uphill battle all along, wishing this sounded more like a Les Paul into a Marshall. It's a different thing. So we have to grow past that. You got to go through the obsession. It's necessary, but then you got to grow past it. This plugin, though, which is kind of cool, helps you solve that problem. Because the other cool thing is, while you have a bunch of presets in here that John himself made, there's about like 40 other guitar players that took all of these tools and made their own sounds out of them. You've got James Valentine, Corey Wong. Just the list is just, and Eric Krasno. The list is ridiculous in there. So if you're a guitar player, go check it out. But the cool thing, though, is they're doing They're solving the problem. They are themselves. You know, you look at that list, and those are all guitar players that have an identifiable characteristic that they've obviously been influenced by people, but then they became themselves. It's like Corey Wong. I know that's Corey Wong playing the guitar. You know, just like Mayer transcended from being an SRV inspired person or guitar player and Jimi Hendrix inspired person and guitar player to, you know, when John Mayer is playing the guitar, because it is now his own thing. Now, that's not to say that all of us are going to go on to have a signature sound, because I'm certainly not going to, you know, on a guitar, but I think this is just, it's a moment in time. Download the plugin, enjoy it, go crazy with it because it sounds great. It's really freaking cool. And I mean, like, even honestly, look, this is Henson Studios right there. I mean, the attention to detail, as we know, with John Mayer is going to be amazing. It sounds great. But here's the thing, though. You got to be willing to go beyond that. And you got to be willing to not get stuck. And I think this is why I didn't make this channel about gear, because you get stuck. There's a lot outside of what works for one guitar player. Mayer has a very specific, you know, pedal setup. He's got a very specific combination of amplifiers. He's got a very specific guitar that he uses, and it's him. It works for him. It's great. But you even heard John talk about this, where he's like, you know, sometimes I hear all these people playing guitar on the internet and they're great and they all sound like me. They all play like me. You know, and it's got to be kind of trippy and weird, because it's like when he picks up a guitar now, he's like, am I doing an impression of the people who are doing an impression of me? It's this full circle thing. And it causes him to evolve, which is cool for us because we get to hear an artist evolve. But I think it's a lesson we all could learn. And that's my problem with this. It's both the problem and then the solution lies in this plugin as well, because you've got all these other artists who take these colors that paint with and they make their own thing. And to me, that is the most interesting thing to do with all this. But like many of you, I have fallen victim to the, well, what tube screamer did John use on this? And, you know, like, what should I put it before or after the Klon pedal? You know, and it's like, well, I got to have a Silver Sky, right? Like, it's a great guitar. I love it. But do I have to, though? Is it me? There's a lot of preconceived notions that come along when you show up to a gig with this guitar, you know, and that goes along with a lot of other guitars too. You know, I've heard many guitar players talk about the preconceived notions of like what gear you show up with as to, you know, how's that's going to translate to people in the room wondering what you're going to do with it. So if you're a guitar player, I'm interested. Have you tried the plugin? What do you think? Do you agree with this, that we're kind of like, maybe you got to go through the John Mayer cosplay thing as a guitar player, as you know, my friend Gabe Bergman has called it, rightfully so, and then you kind of grow beyond it? I think it's a rite of passage. I think you got to do it. Where are you in that journey? I'm coming out the other side. I hope I am, because, you know, there's a lot out there. And I think Mayer would agree with that. Take the plugin, get your belief tone, play the belief solo in the intro, get it out of your system. And then, you know what, start twisting knobs and find your own thing. That's all I got for this one. Had to put something out because it's a big day in the John Mayer community, no doubt. But we can all grow from this. We can all learn from this. I'll leave it at that. Exciting things coming up on the channel. If you watch this far, guess what? I got an interview with someone in the Mayer world coming up, I think next week. So stay tuned. It's a big one. And, you know, you can find some clues on my Instagram or on the channel. Until then, this is Everything Mayer. I'll catch you in the next one.